see my face.
All right. This is episode 41 of the Terrorisk podcast. How y'all doing? How you doing, Brendan?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, we just
Okay.
we're just chilling out over some beers, talking about rich, diverse cultures and different ethnicities, and how we totally respect people from all walks of life. You know, whether they're regardless of their orientation, their the color of their skin, their height, particularly the darkness of their skin. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean,
What?
we like the dark people. The dark people are the cool people, and the lighter you are, the more evil you are. And that's
No, that's not.
that's the truth. that's the truth. That's how the world works. That is the fundamental truth of this world. Is the lighter skinned you are, the more likely you are to do evil shit.
I don't think so.
No.
That makes no sense. No.
Oh, it doesn't make sense. So should we take a trip back?
Oh no, we're not gonna go back to the opposite. No. Okay.
Should we take a trip down memory lane historically? Like all the stuff that light-skinned people did that just wasn't cool, wasn't chill at all? More so than the people of the darker skin. I mean, I feel like ethnic people, like people of color, probably do a bunch of fucked up shit, but they do it to each other. The white people just have to do it to every other race.
Do you think everyone's just like that in nature, and we just beat everyone to it?
Good question.
I like if you got the opportunity. I'm like, I can take over their shit and take their shit, but they never thought about it. Like no one else thought about it first.
Yo, let me ask you something.
This sounds bad. It sounds racist. As
You know-
fuck. I'm just saying, why is it like, okay, the white people are the colonizers.
No, speaking of
why are they?
No, you speaking.
Did they think about this first? And like, we should take their shit. We only have salt, and they got like all these spices and shit. We can like fucking take their culture. You know?
Okay,
like,
listen. It depends on the historical context we're talking about. If we're talking about like the New World, Europeans coming to North America for the first time, they were probably thinking a little bit more with commerce in mind. They were like, "Yo, there's a bunch of shit here we don't have in our mainland, so we could take some."
Well, it's also on land that they thought they can just take from these native people,
But
and get away from their oppressors. Instead of fixing their own country, they're like, "Fuck them. We're gonna start our own." And like fuck the people who are already here, kind of deal.
Well, it's also because shit wasn't as well mapped out. They didn't know what was out there. They didn't know if there was even any exploitable goods out there.
People still call them Indians. We got here and we're like, "This is India, right?" And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And we're like,
"Yeah, you guys
this
are
isn't
Indians."
India. They're like, "No." Does it look like fucking India? And we're like, "Yeah, kind of not." You're Indians, and they're like, we don't have that word.
Wasn't that a skit?
You know, like we still call them Native American Indians.
Wasn't that
sometimes.
a skit in Whitest Kids You Know?
And Native Americans isn't even fucking historically accurate. Now, I think that Louis C.K. touched on it, actually.
Okay.
Like, you guys from India? It's like, no, it's a totally different place. You guys are from India. You know, and like they just kept calling them Indians. Also, Native Americans, they're not fucking Native Americans. They didn't call it fucking America. So they're none of the things that we say they are. And it almost doesn't matter because as far as minority groups go, nobody even gives a shit. Some people say they give a shit. Does anybody, like, you're around minority groups all the time. You care. You have friends. You have a lot of Native American friends who live on reservations. No, you don't. It's hard for people to care. They just don't. It's like they just let that, like, most people let that thing be a thing of the past, I think. Like, fuck it. Oh, we took their whole culture and everything they ever fucking had.
Yeah.
And now they're all drug addicts and shitty reservations and slowly dwindling and dying out completely. This guy, I have like one Native American friend that I played with on Xbox that I'm like friends with. And like he grew up on a reservation. This guy's fucking tough. He's a hardened guy. He told me some fucking crazy fucking stories living in those places. Like, it's horrible. It's worse than prison sometimes. It's just full of drugs and violence, and it's just fucking shitty.
And the only way they could get back to us, get back at the white man, is to take their money with their casinos and feed them like deep fried.
That's not even getting back. You have no land. You have no culture. Nobody remembers your music, your clothing, your art, your history. They didn't have books like we did.
Yeah, that's why their culture was mid.
Their
okay?
culture.
That's why their culture sucked. They didn't even have fucking books,
They
Brandon.
didn't expect somebody to come in, roll the fucking dice, and fuck their shit up. They were like, I'll live long enough to tell this story to my kids, and they'll tell it to their fucking kids, and we don't need to write shit down.
All I know is they didn't even have books. What kind of fucking loser culture doesn't?
They
even
were
have
too
books?
stupid to invent guns, and they lost. All right.
Well, I don't think they lost.
No,
I'm just saying. No, I don't think they lost because they were stupid. Well, actually, yeah, they were. They lost because they were stupid, but not like suck that.
No, not sucking that.
Why?
It's so foamy. It's gonna gas and everything.
Well, no, I think they lost because they were too nice. You know, they because they gave them a chance.
Yeah, we got off the boat and with probably like a head full of fucking whiskey, not having showered for like 6 months, and we were like, "It's India, right?" And they're just like, "What the fuck? We've never seen white people. What the fuck is going on?" And we're like, "You guys gonna need food?" I think Thanksgiving wasn't like we're gonna share. It was like, "Hey guys,
Do you know who the first?
we ran out of food."
Do you know who the first white man on North America, who ever set foot on North America was? I think it was Eric the Red, right? Or
I
was
don't
it someone
know.
else? I know there was a bunch.
Probably
of
some fucking Norwegian or something.
There was a couple of different dudes that claimed it. I know there was
You can't claim it if there's people already here.
No, the first person to discover the new world within like as far as in the context of like as far as the Europeans knew or in the mainland and shit. I mean, it was a big deal to like because the whole reason why they wanted to find quote unquote India is because they were very aware that
They just wanted a shorter trade route.
No, but okay. I'm saying they were aware of East Asian culture and Asian culture in general. They were aware of all the the goods and the commodities they could find out there. That's why they wanted to shorten the journey. So that makes sense. So they were clearly aware that there was more than just like white people. It's not like they were that fucking retarded. So that they would like commission all these expeditions. But what I do know is like what is it? People accredit I think like Christopher fucking I don't know. Like you guys are like you history buffs out there probably think I'm being fucking retarded right now, but like I do know we celebrate like Columbus Day, or supposedly we did celebrate Columbus Day. Now
Which is ridiculous. I think it's weird to me because I'm like, today is now National Indigenous Peoples Day, and I'm like, what are they celebrating? Like the demise of their whole fucking civilization?
Oh, well, wait,
like
no.
why is that like
Okay,
that's not a
no,
holiday?
I was wrong. It wasn't Eric.
That's a Holocaust.
It wasn't Eric the Red. 500 years before Columbus landed, a daring band of Vikings led by Leif Erikson set foot in North America and established.
Happy Leif Erikson Day, Hugen, Dog, and Vogan.
Yo, the Vikings were crazy. They were awesome. You know why the Vikings were based? Because the Vikings were killing like so many British people before anyone else. The Vikings were out there like pillaging and raping British
Because they had
land.
churches. So you can find a nice little plot of land with just a church and a bunch of monks. It's like, dude, they don't have weapons. Let's just go. And you just take a boat in there and just rape and kill everyone and take all their gold. Like churches back then had gold.
But what
and
happened?
fucking,
But what
like,
happened was
expensive shit.
But what happened was eventually, like, all the peasants got tired of getting murdered and raped and robbed and shit. So they all decided to, like, get together. And it's like, yo, we need a serious king who could seriously defend us. And that's how, like, the Dane Wars started between the Brits.
I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That's your history, man. Those are your people, the fucking Anglos,
I'm
right?
not Norwegian.
No, you're
Anglo, baby.
You're of Celtic
I am like
descent.
1% English. I'm mostly Irish and Scottish.
Yeah, but that's like literally the same kind of phenotype, of like they're well. All right, so they were like
The Irish and Scottish were also like kind of dominated by England.
You had the Anglos, you had the what is it?
The Irish before
They were
Catholicism had the Dana, which was like a mix of fairies and leprechauns and shit.
No, I'm talking the actual. I'm pretty sure the actual people were the Celts, like the precursors to that whole like region of whites. They were the Celtic people. You know, they spoke like Gaelic, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Gaelic speakers, like before, like they brought the cross over and like tried to indoctrinate them. They had their own like
They were pagans.
spiritual like weird, like whatever what they would call weird, even though Christianity is fucking weird, you know.
No, the Danes were pagan. I don't know all this shit. I don't know that much about European history. I don't know that much about any
We're
history.
kind of speaking
actually.
out of our asses, guys. Sorry.
What?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. Oh no, sorry. I just got a text message from from Sensei. He was like, if you send dojo fees, send them to this email. If you send fees for the Matsu cut, send it to this email. If you send it entry fees for the tournament, you send. Oh yeah, so guys, I'm gonna be competing in a tournament. That should be fun. Oh yeah, and I promised that if I didn't get first place in the sparring tournaments, the fighting tournament, the fencing, then I have to shave my head, and I don't want to shave my head, so I gotta fucking win. I mean, I feel like
I think you'd look pretty badass for shit.
I don't want it though, so that's the reason why I chose that as my punishment is because I didn't want it.
Or subconsciously you don't care, and it's an easy punishment for you.
No, I never shaved my fucking head before in my life. I don't know what that feels like. It'll be weird, very alien and weird to me. I think it's a perfect balance. It's just high pressure enough, but also low pressure enough. It'll be embarrassing because like
You'd be like one of those girls that every time they have a mental breakdown, they just shave their head.
no, I mean think about it. Like everyone in my class, everyone who I ever told this to, they'll see my bald head and they'll be like, "You lost, huh?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." It's like wearing your defeat. You know,
Yeah,
that's
I
why that's why I chose it. There's the aftermath where it's like everyone knows. It's like, oh,
It's like
damn.
a physical representation
Of your
wearing
fucking-
your heart on your sleeve.
Yep, of like literally a dunce cap. And if you make that kind of promise, you have to follow through with it. Like, because like if anything else, that's the one thing you have to follow through on is the promises you make yourself. Also, like I never tried that hard to win anything in my life. Like, you know, we're musicians, we're artists. Artists aren't competitive. They're not really competitive people like jocks and athletes. This is the first time in my life I ever really set out to like crush other competitors, other people. You know, as an artist, you're like, oh yeah, let's just all have a good time. You know, it's all about the experience. But now this is like one of those things where it's like, no, I want to win. I want to do everything I fucking can to like smack them with this fake sword before they smack me with it, and then I'll take the gold medal. And I could flex really hard. I could brag to everybody.
Maybe you can get gold.
That's what I'm going for. I'm going for first place. If I don't get first place, I'm shaving my head. That's what I'm doing.
Well, not as cool, but I recently beat the Master Ball tournament in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Well, you could do that to yourself. You know, like suppose.
But I was ranked.
Suppose you
at
do
the end.
yeah,
They told me I was
know.
ranked like 30,000 something.
300,000.
Yeah, something crazy.
So suppose you did qualify. That's when you make that kind of promise. Like, I'm at a place where I've been doing this for about 5 years now, doing sword. I'm at a rank of, like, I don't know, equivalent to second-degree black belt. That's there. So I feel like now I'm at that point where, because, like, you know, since I started, there was plenty of people who came and went. You know, like, there were new students who came and then quit.
It's
like,
kind of like Pokemon. You become a master, and that's when the real shit starts.
No, that's different. Getting a black belt is like getting all 8 gym badges.
Yeah.
It's the basics. That's all the gym battles are. They're just basics.
Second degree would be beating the tournament, Elite Four ones.
No. First degree, second degree. That's like a whole different ball game, I think. Yeah. You know what's cool though? Wasn't there like stories where they have like Pokemon schools or some shit? Like they would go to school and learn all about Pokemon and Pokemon breeding.
Well, I remember the second game.
Imagine being a Pokemon breeder. That's what I imagine.
Well, I remember Gold and Silver.
No. Like I know, like how it's like on a Game Boy game, it looks like that. But like imagine like if Pokemon were real and your actual job was Pokemon breeder. It's like that's my job. I breed the Pokemon.
Well, that is a job in the game.
I run a Pokemon mill. You know, it's like
That's a job in the game.
yeah, it is a job in the game. But Pokemon are like
Also, the new game is based.
But Pokemon
you're,
are little.
you're an academy student in the game, and you.
Oh, yeah,
you
that's
actually,
right.
and not only like I thought it was gonna be cheesy, but they actually teach you like the mathematics of status effects and shit like that. So if you really do all the classes, which are optional, you get extra points and like shit. But like you can do all the classes, and they really like sometimes if you pay attention, you're like, wait a second. I've been playing for 15 years and I didn't know this was a mechanic of the game. Like certain things that like you learn about like battling and shit like that. Like
Hells
if you
yeah.
do this, your attack goes up by 25 points, but your health raise will like lower by 10%. You lose some of the speed points. So if you want to do this, you want to do that, and it's like, holy shit! I didn't think about. It's really like, Pokemon got really technical. When you know all the hidden stats and all that shit, it's really fucking mathematical and technical, and that's why it's hard for me.
That's great. It's fantastic. But that's always been Pokemon. Pokemon's always been like that.
Yeah, but you didn't know about it.
I knew about it.
You just you hit the attack, and
No,
you didn't know
I've
what it
known
was gonna
about
do.
it. I knew about it. I think when I got into Pokemon, it was a little different than when you got into Pokemon.
I was the first. They didn't show you any. There wasn't even special attack, special defense. It was just special.
Yeah, but when you got into Pokemon, you were still like, a kid confined to like
10.
Yeah, you were confined to your neighborhood.
10 is the age in Pokemon lore where you can start your Pokemon journey.
Yeah, so when I got into Pokemon, I started it alongside like other Asian kids. Like I would go to Korean school on Saturdays or go to Korean church
What
on
is
Sundays.
Korean school?
All right, so if you were born in America and you were of another like ethnicity, like another nationality, like Greek or fucking Korean or Chinese, you go to this like Saturday, like your parents will especially if they're immigrants, there's a good chance that your parents will opt to send you to like some extracurricular like school. And honestly, I could get into this. Like, it really serves a
This
few.
is interesting to me.
It serves.
I've never heard
It
about
serves
this.
a few different things, right? So for one, it gives like like let's just use Koreans as an example. It gives like Korean parents a chance to have their kids spend time with other Korean kids, even if they were raised and born in America. That's one. Two, the Korean school teaches shit like how to read and write and speak Korean. Like. So that also is another plus. It kind of keeps your nationality alive, that the country you came from. So even if your kid was born here, at least you could send them to like this.
If you have a fucking aunt still in Korea, you can communicate with her and speak the same fucking language.
No shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
You have grandparents and shit, like they don't know.
But the thing
You
is,
know?
it's not like you could say this about every ethnic or every nationality, because like
Yeah, the Irish people don't call their immigrant Irish people and go.
no,
"Hey,"
because
if you don't-
no. We're talking about
We have a
no,
parade.
that's not it. You're wrong. It's because some nationalities are already so embedded within Americana culture. For example, Irish people don't need an Irish school. They go to mass every Sunday. That's their Irish school. They go to mass on Sunday
Yeah,
with their
England
Irish
already
kids.
tainted them way before the time that it was,
Yeah, and
'Cause
also
this is an English
Puerto
country.
Ricans don't need to send their fucking kid to Puerto Rico school every fucking, because they probably already live in an environment of
They
like
still have a way
surrounded.
different culture. Like, really, if you think about it,
No, but no, I'm
American culture
saying like
is-
we're talking about nationalities such as Korean, where there's a number, but there's not enough. There's not enough to really normalize where a Korean kid growing up in a New York neighborhood would be able to say it's like, oh yeah, I grew up around a whole bunch of Koreans. No, it's not that. We're not that populated here. But like other Mexicans, for example, it's like, oh yeah, I grew up my whole life in America in a fucking completely Mexican neighborhood. They don't need a Mexican school.
I see.
Like. It's like it's normal. It's already so normalized, and it's like it's really how much of a foothold your nationality has in this country. But I don't think Koreans like that anymore. I think there's like a lot more fucking Korean people in America now. It's actually kind of infuriates me because it's not like there's enough to actually make a difference. But there's too many where it's like, oh, you're not even sending your best. You guys are just all like assholes.
I don't know. People like to come to America, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I mean, you should know. Like, you worked in Manhattan, yes, for a long time.
yeah, I was a bike messenger.
You ever deliver packages by like fucking 32nd and 5th, like 32nd?
I
and
delivered
Broadway?
package. I did it for like 7 years. I did deliver.
So you know what that
package
is-
almost every fucking.
So you know
building.
what that area was, right? Around 32nd and Broadway.
No,
That's
you can pass by a place all day and not pay
all right,
attention.
that's fucking K-Town. That one block is like very concentrated with like Korean restaurants, Korean shit. There's a Korean supermarket there. They call it K-Town in Manhattan. It's Koreatown.
Also, I don't think most like white people or regular people like look at around and think the difference between Chinese, Japanese, fucking Korean, Vietnamese.
Well,
We see the same fucking shit most of the time. I think.
No, that's not true. Because, well, maybe for you, because you're an ignorant bastard. But
No.
for other people, right? they actually try to hunt down different novel aspects of Asian cultures. For example, you know how many...
I'm talking about your
Listen,
common dude isn't walking around like
shut the
thinking
fuck up.
about
Let me finish. You're not the common dude. You're an ignorant bastard. And let me finish. How many white people do you know saying, I love sushi? Do you think they view sushi as just an Asian food? No.
It's Japanese.
People who like sushi know that it's Japanese, right? Or there's some people that say, like, I want Korean food. I want Korean barbecue, Korean shrimp. I want Korean this, Korean hot pot with the seafood. You would never know because you don't fucking eat seafood because you're a closed-minded, ignorant bastard. But most people, normal people,
because
know
I don't
better.
like seafood.
Well, that automatically cuts you off culturally to so many different cuisines. And
Yeah, but I know what different cuisines. I worked at a Vietnamese restaurant for like fucking 7 years. I know the fucking difference between different cuisines.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying,
that doesn't mean.
I
That,
assume
but that doesn't mean
the
that,
common
no,
man doesn't fucking.
That doesn't mean
see
that doesn't mean you
difference.
appreciate it, and that doesn't mean you appreciate it, and you're wrong about the common man. The common
How
man.
can I appreciate a food that I don't like?
I'm saying the common man isn't as fucking stupid as what you're describing, because what you're describing is a very ignorant ass way to look at the world, and I don't think the common man is like that.
How can but you can't say not liking
Maybe
seafood.
Midland is like that. You know, maybe Grand City is like
No,
that.
fuck
but,
you, no.
No,
You
no,
can't.
fuck you, dude.
You can't
'Cause
say
you're saying,
that
oh, yeah.
not liking seafood means you're culturally fucking indifferent.
I'm saying,
or
I'm not speaking of for the whole phenomenon. I'm speaking for you, just like for your specific case. That's why you would say that, because A, you don't really like anime. B, you don't fucking eat seafood. So how would you even able to appreciate like, you know, fucking sushi? So what? You worked at a Vietnamese restaurant, okay, but you didn't like it. You didn't appreciate.
I love Vietnamese restaurants.
All right, do you like the seafood dishes?
No,
No,
but we didn't
exactly.
have that many.
So you wouldn't like the fish sauce, right?
The fish sauce is in the pho, so you kind of have a little.
Okay,
of
so then you're just a picky bastard. Ergo,
Yeah.
you're an ignorant, closed-minded bastard.
being picky is not fucking ignorant.
It's ignorant as
close-minded.
fuck, bro.
It's no.
And closed-minded.
Closed-minded would be never trying it. I tried it, said I don't fucking like it
Why?
because it didn't taste right to me.
Why?
My palate didn't like it.
Your palate is fucking stupid. You could have a wrong palate, Brendan.
That's not ignorance, though. That's nothing to do with my brain. It has to do with how I fucking feel about eating certain foods.
No. Because there's such
I have the right to not like certain
There's
fucking
such
food.
a thing called an acquired taste, meaning it's not just about out of your control. It's not just, oh, some people like this and some people like that, and they have no control over what they can and cannot get used to. That's fucking wrong, and you know it. People could get used to a lot more crazier shit at will, and I know this for a fact. So it's like, yeah, you're choosing ultimately
If you're fucking
not to.
starving, you can like eating fucking shit in the time being.
Yeah, so, but then again, like, that just goes to show that you've never had that kind of need where you're actually pushed, where I would say, I'm so hungry, I would eat seafood. I guess you're just that much of a spoiled bitch then. Like, all I know...
starving, I'd eat you. I fucking...
All I know is you're wrong for disliking seafood. That's it. That's all I think. I just
Okay.
think you're wrong for disliking seafood. But that also,
that everyone knows he's wrong. So
But I
I'm
also
just gonna
think-
let him say he's right about this.
people, all right, first of all, people have literally said, any normal person, they're like, picky eaters are fucking weirdos. And they're shitty to eat with, they're a pain in the ass, and they're fucking annoying. Everyone says this.
Well, I don't even like to eat with people. I like to eat in a room while
I
watching
know.
a movie.
Exactly. So you have no right to fucking even. You don't even really understand dining.
I have a
because-
right to my preferences.
Yeah, your preferences, but you don't really. You have shitty tastes. You have
That's
no taste.
completely objective.
You have no taste, like at all. It's not subjective. If that was subjective,
Objective.
If that was,
No, subjective. I mean, I'm sorry.
look, if that was subjective, right? If that was subjective, then there would be no such a thing as fine dining. And there is such a thing as fucking fine dining. That's good taste. That's judged and determined and guided by palate. You know why there's good taste? It's like music. See, you don't view food as art. You can't.
I do.
Okay, so then how could you sit there and fucking tell me? How can you sit there and fucking tell me that some people can have better taste, or how can you sit there that doesn't exist?
Well, I like punk rock, but I think emo is shit, and some people think the opposite. So different tastes, different strokes for different folks.
Okay, but I think any real music lover would say there's good emo and there's bad emo, there's good punk and there's bad punk.
There's a couple songs that sound.
So you're choosing to be the idiot that says, "Oh, I don't like this whole genre. I don't think there's anything good in the whole genre because I just don't fuck with that genre." See, I'm smarter
There's
because
a couple
I
songs
say,
that might sound
exactly.
a little emo-ish
You're
that I
just-
think
you're
are
just
okay.
strengthening my argument here
but-
because you're literally adopting that same.
Yeah, but it's
mindset.
still not my preference. Like
But
if
you gotta-
I was,
but you gotta
if-
admit,
if
but you gotta
food.
admit, but
Yeah, I
because-
mean, like
no,
if
no, no,
music
no,
was.
no, because dude, you're literally denying the whole genre of food. You're not even allowing yourself to say this kind of seafood is good, this kind of seafood, like the way you're doing with emo music right fucking now.
No, mumble rap is fucking shit, and I won't consume it. Seafood is shit to me and I won't consume it.
Oh no,
Punk
no,
rock
no,
is
no,
good to me and
See,
I'll
now-
consume
no,
it.
no, no,
That's
wrong,
what
that's
same
wrong.
fucking
No,
idea.
now you're moving the goalpost because you didn't start with mumble rap. You started with fucking emo, and then with a little poking and prodding.
Maybe seafood is fucking mumble rap.
I got. No. You said emo first. You fucking said emo, and now you're moving it. Once I was able to point out that there's probably some emo you like, and then you were like, yeah, God, he's right. Oh, let me change my answer because I'm an ignorant bitch.
Yeah, there might be one or two, maybe like, well, that wasn't the worst mumble rap songs, but overall, mumble rap sucks. Overall, emo sucks. So overall, to me, subjectively, seafood
I
sucks.
just think.
I might be able to eat a fucking catfish, maybe.
All right, I just think. All right, see that's fucking bullshit. Then.
But that's
You
like
would- if you would
that's
eat
like no, that's like
that's fucking.
that's like I don't like
bullcrap.
pop punk, but no effects is okay.
Oh my God! See, you're admitting
If
I'm
there's
right, though.
that's just like you gave me the fucking music analogy, and I'm
Because
using it
it's-
very properly right
because
now
it's
to
the
my
same
own
thing.
subjective opinion.
Because it's the same thing.
So, but you can't say
It's-
that
it's-
I'm
there's
my whole
craft.
fucking demeanor and palate is wrong by not liking certain foods, just like my
And
opinion
you know-
isn't wrong,
and
but
listen,
for not liking
and-
certain
yeah,
music.
And I still think your opinion is fucking
I'm not
wrong.
gonna say.
You know what?
I
How about
hate
this? How
sushi
about
and
this?
you like sushi, and I think it's shit.
How about this?
You
Fuck
like it.
Fuck you. You know what? There's even some,
I don't.
There's even some mumble rap I like. I think I'm just more open-minded than you, and I think I have a broader perspective at that point.
Well, that's really assumptuous and egotistical.
But it's true. I mean, literally, if I could see things that I could appreciate and more things than you, that means I'm literally more open-minded than you. That's what that means.
You're just fucking Asian and you like more seafood than I do.
Well, we're
You've
ta-
been exposed to it probably. You're
All right, but
fucking
we're,
Asian
now
than
we're
me.
talking about mumble rap. So then, how do you explain mumble rap? Why can I find some things about mumble rap that I could appreciate that you can't?
You've heard more mumble rap.
Maybe I just have a broader perspective.
Just like when I was more ignorant about
Just
listening
admit
to
it, dude.
when I was
Just admit
when
it.
I was
You're closed-minded.
No.
You're closed-minded, Brendan.
no,
You're
I'm not
stubborn
closed-minded.
Taurus,
I will be
Brendan.
closed-minded, but I'm open to being open-minded.
You're
that's
fucking
that's the fucking
closed-minded.
difference.
That's
no.
what gets you into all this fucking trouble. I'm open-minded, and that's why I have a life. Okay. Because once you're open-minded, you're less egotistical, and you're open-minded. That's how you become resourceful and actually solve the problems that come to your life. Because you're open-minded, you're not shutting out whole genres of food like fucking seafood. Especially if you just admitted how you would eat catfish.
What
Like,
about-
that's such
I'm
bullshit.
not gay, and I let dudes make out with me before just to try it out. That's pretty fucking open-minded in my opinion.
Oh
You know,
my God.
a minute or two goes by, and I'm like, I'm still not feeling tingly. Maybe it's not the right guy. Maybe like just hoping, like maybe I might find happiness in being gay. I tried it a bunch of times.
know what I just really
didn't
want?
work out for me.
That's
pretty open fucking
I
minded.
just really
okay?
want you to just bend on seafood, because if you just learn to like seafood,
I have, even to this day, every once in a while, especially working in restaurants where I'm cooking, I'm like, smells good. I've been cooking it. Once you cook something, like I didn't like mushrooms for forever, but when I started cooking with mushrooms, I started liking them. So I thought the same would happen with fish, and I tried many different types of fish. I tried to start from like fucking regular things like catfish, fish sticks and shit,
Yo,
and
but
work my
dude,
way up.
Brendan.
Eat sushi. You know, how many times have I came out of my restaurant with the sushi place next to it, and the girl's like, "You want a piece of sashimi?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, let me try it." I'm like, she's like, "Swallow it." I'm like,
what do you dislike about it? I don't get it.
it just doesn't work. I can try. It's not a like. It just.
What do you dislike about it, though?
I don't know. It hits my mouth. I chew it. The taste is off to me, and the texture. And I've tried many different.
That's so fucked up. Do you understand how fucked up that is? Like, you're not giving me any concrete answer. All
I'm
you're
sorry.
saying is-
There is none. There is none.
That's
That
so
my body is like. No, this isn't supposed to be food.
It drives me
Ugh.
fucking crazy.
And sometimes I can swallow it.
Oh my God, this is like.
A couple times I was with like a girl I thought was pretty, and I had to eat sashimi, and I'm like, yeah, that's interesting.
Jesus fucking
But it's
Christ,
not like
Brendan.
food to me. It's like eating something like unnatural, like a
No, you know
leaf or a
why?
rock.
You know why it really
it's like
bothers
eating
me?
like some
All
random
right,
thing
all right,
off the
fine.
ground to me.
But
Like,
that still doesn't. It's not like a good, like a logical, objective, good answer. Look, you know why this upsets me? It's because like I like going out to eat with friends a lot. It's like one of my things. I love doing that. But
I like doing it too.
but if you no, you
Get
don't
me
though.
fucking fish.
No, you don't though. Like
just you can eat the fish, and I can eat not the fish, everything but the fish. That's not a fucking issue.
no, it's not.
Unless you're going
no,
to
no,
a
no.
strictly
no, no, no,
seafood
no, 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 no,
restaurant.
no. That's not the only thing. There's like, look, there's a couple of things, right? Like, let's really break this down. It's it's the fact that fucking it's not just your aversion to seafood, which is, it goes to, for the record, it goes to all seafood, not just fish, but shellfish, right? Lobster, crab.
I think I'm allergic to shellfish.
Okay, fine. That's a whole genre. That's like I said, the whole thing is just out the window now. So no Popeyes.
I'm not allergic to fish though, but I don't like it.
Well,
Not
I guess you
even
could do
tuna.
Popeyes, but not really Golden Corral. Also, like, you know, like you have belly problems, so that's another thing to consider. You're diabetic, that's another thing to consider. You know, there's already so many things with like your dietary stuff and your nutrition that if one were to go out and dine with you and have that kind of experience, they would have to also keep so many other things into consideration, such as your aversion to seafood, your diabetes, your sensitive stomach, and you know, like all that shit. It's like all together. It's like it's a fucked up experience. You
Yeah,
know?
I know. And you know what? I have to live in this fucking body. You don't. So
I
be
guess.
grateful that you don't have to live in this fucking thing.
I guess. But then again, but you know what? You say that, right? But then I see you like
You have to be around me
But then look,
sometimes.
then I see you like fucking chowing down on fucking McDonald's and then drinking like Western Sun and liquor from Chase Down with Arizona fucking fruit punch. I'm like, yo, you're not doing yourself any favors either. How can I take you seriously when you sit there and complain? It's like, I was born in this fucked up body. It's like, well, you're not doing anything to help the situation. At all. Like you don't run every day. You don't work out. You don't have a workout regimen. You don't fucking like make sure you actually get enough like good nutrition in terms of like diverse spreads of like macros and micros with your fucking vitamins and shit. Making sure you get enough protein.
I make sure I get enough protein and carbs.
Maybe. But still.
I have to count everything. No, regardless, even if I'm reckless, I still have to think twice as much as even if I'm the most reckless diabetic ever, I'm still thinking twice as much as any other human being without diabetes has to think before they do anything. And I have fucking mental problems to begin with before the diabetes happened when I was
Okay,
14.
all right. So all right. So
it's
let me
not
ask you
fucking
something.
easy.
So then let me ask you something. What do you think you're more likely able to like? What do you think you're more likely able to do something about? Your physical problems, such as your diabetes and like you know all that shit, and your nausea and whatever, sensitive stomach, or your mental problems. Like, what do you think is more in the realm of your
I think
control?
they're both completely linked.
Which one is
They
more
both affect each other.
obviously?
The mental problems affect the physical problems. 'cause
Obviously,
It affects my
Okay,
ability.
No, you're right. That's why this
Don't
is
cut
important.
me off. Let me say that-
I wasn't done either.
Don't cut me off.
I wasn't done either. But that's why this is
you asked me a
important.
question. I'm answering. You cut me off.
No, I'm just saying look, let me finish. Because what you just said they're both linked, all right, but you still acknowledge them as two separate entities. So what I'm saying is which one do you think you're more likely be able to control? Your mental shit or your fucking physical shit? Like which could you actually do something about?
I think.
You know the answer. You just don't want to fucking say it.
I think it
'Cause
would.
the minute you
I
say
don't
it-
know because I haven't tried too hard yet until now. So I have a diabetes doctor. I have an endocrinologist and a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
soon.
and that's another thing.
Soon.
Up until now, you literally lived off of your whims, off of your
Yes.
literally your basest
Yeah,
instincts.
resting
You were
on
like,
my fucking laurels,
I'm gonna
all
do
right?
this. I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna do heroin. I'm gonna do punk. I'm gonna do this. Like,
listen. So I think if I can maybe.
conquer your mind, conquer your body. Yes.
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 Yeah, I'm
Yes.
thinking if the
Dude, I should be an
listen,
example for you. That
like
like
they
never-
could have always gave me Adderall or some bullshit Xanax. That's not. It's gonna make me fucked up in the long run. There is like a new atomoxetine.
Don't do that. Don't do the drugs. I don't.
No,
I don't
no, no. It's a
recommend it.
non-narcotic. But it's supposed to help with all those things.
You mean like nootropics, like fish oil stuff?
No, but it's a drug, but it's not narcotic. It doesn't get you high. You don't get addicted to it or anything. It's not like that.
So it's a
not-
psych med.
I don't know, but I'm gonna try
Look,
it
don't.
anyway.
I wouldn't fuck with psych meds. Psych meds are fucked.
I don't. I listen. Like I've been through it. Don't tell me about the shit. I've been to enough mental institutions.
Yeah, but I don't see you
They put
popping
me on
fucking.
antidepressants.
I'm sorry, I don't
psych
see
meds.
you popping like Lexapro or some shit. Every
Yeah, I
day.
wouldn't. 'Cause, for one,
Exactly.
it's
so
more
we're in agreement
depressing
on that.
because you can't come.
Exactly. So we're in agreement on that. But what I'm saying is like, I don't know. I mean, there's other ways aside from like the medicinal route. Like, this is why like I think instinctually you were like so interested in the martial arts thing because deep down like that's a very intimate link between mind and body. So if you do something and practice something like that on the
I
reg,
remember it did something because
and you knew it helped.
Look,
you knew it helped.
Because when I was 12, it was like I didn't get like a crazy birthday present. I usually did, and then like Dad like took me in the car, and just brought me to Dragon Kim's Karate.
Yeah.
And we were playing.
And you felt pumped. You were like, holy
and
shit.
They showed me a video, said, we're going to enlist you here. And, you know, I'm like, this is my birthday present? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in karate now?
Yeah,
It's
we're
like,
gonna teach you how to kick ass.
it was more than I thought it was going to be. So I'm like, oh, we're going to teach you how to punch. And I did good at that. But they disciplined you.
Yeah, they're like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. But also, here's how to let out that energy in a way that helped. And it was fucking good,
Like,
man.
the reason why you listen to me is because I'm turning you into a fucking weapon. Now shut the fuck up and do as I'm telling
you. Want to listen. You're like,
yes, I want to be a living weapon.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, as a kid, like, it works, man.
Yeah, it's
Even if it
beautiful. It's a
doesn't teach
beautiful
your kid
thing.
how to fight the right way, it probably teaches them how to fight enough. But,
Put it
like,
this way, like, if
it
they deal
teaches
with-
your kid how to fucking
If a kid
control their shit and concentrate their fucking emotions.
If a kid sticks with that, right? And then they grow up, and then like they get into some hard job, and they get into a real fucked up situation at work. They're more likely to think that, like, at deep down they'll be like, you know what, this sucks, but this was nothing like the time I got like rail kicked in the stomach and got the wind knocked out of me. I so bad I puked. You know, like that was really bad. So this is nothing, or this is nothing compared to like that fucking 3-hour conditioning class.
But then I was reckless. I got on a bicycle with no shoes on, and I said, look, I can go as fast as a bus. And I went, and I just kept going. Listen, there was 2 stop signs. This car did hit and run me, but I just remember flipping over. I remember going over the telephone pole, like the telephone wire, just and I hit the ground, and I really distinctly remember my head hitting first, and then my leg, and it shattered my growth plate, and my leg, I couldn't feel my leg, and I woke up. I didn't wake up. I came to, I guess, and I was delirious. And the last thing I remember doing, and everyone said they saw me doing this, is limping, trying to run down the block, going, Pikachu, and just fainting. And then I woke up, and there were some people around me trying to give me, like, soda and water and shit. And they were like, damn, this is coming, damn, this is coming. And they came, and I broke my growth plate in my leg. And they said if I use it too much, it might not grow anymore. And I have to get special shoes for the rest of my life. So, like, you should take him out of Taekwondo. And they took me out. So I got, like, a month out of that birthday present.
Damn.
It should have been, like, a couple-year-long thing, at least.
Well, I mean, a month
I
is
was
only-
just about to get my yellow belt.
A month is only like what, 4 lessons? No, if you go twice a week,
It's a
that's 8
couple
lessons.
fucking $100 at least. It's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Karate is fucking expensive
Yeah.
as shit.
It is.
It's like college. It's fucking crazy.
It is.
It costs a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. Honestly.
Yeah, I guess if they didn't want my leg to break forever, I guess. But it was fun. It was something to go do.
It's not only that, like,
If I had that, I might have not did a bunch of drugs instead,
Probably. You might have been like some fucking crazy ass karate jock just kicking ass, and it's like, I'm gonna join the MMA now. You had the like the build for it. You were like over 6 feet. You could have done it.
I'm skinny fuck.
But still, like, you could always bulk up. You can't get
Yeah.
taller after a certain point, Like, yeah, if you really did it now and really like stuck it out and like paid your way through it, like, I think you would really benefit from it.
I feel like I wouldn't even have maybe if I went.
No. See, people tell me that shit all the time. It's like, I don't even have the energy to go work out. And I'm like, honestly, it's weird and it's fucked up that it works this way. But it's like when you're tired and you work out, you actually get more, you increase your energy.
No, I can
threshold.
imagine that.
And it's fucked up that it works that way, because that means like when you're working out, you'll never be comfortable. Like, you'll never be just comfortable with doing the workouts, because you're always going to have to give yourself like a progressive overload to keep getting stronger.
I'm never comfortable anyway.
But that's what all right. See, we could see eye to eye on that. That's why I had no problem with starting martial arts. I was like, you know what? I'm not even comfortable every day. Like, even not even.
Well,
things,
if you think about it, if you were completely comfortable, you wouldn't drink or smoke weed or do anything.
Well,
like,
it's not
you
even-
have water and some meat.
It's not even
and, like,
that. It's
most of
like-
us are uncomfortable. I think
it's
normally.
also like the situations and the lifestyle I was
Which
living.
is why I use.
Ever since I was a teenager, I was always just like, yo, I don't have a car. I wasn't some rich kid with a BMW in high school. Like, I had a bike. And that means, like, I put myself through the paces. Like, I would get into bike crashes. I would get drunk as fuck and, like, be puking and then still have to ride home in the rain. Sometimes be close to catching pneumonia. Like, shit like that. And that's where, like, the prospect of getting into a martial art where, yeah, it's effort. Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. It's going to be like, why am I even doing this? Like, I'm not even seeing real benefits real fast. But then I realized, like, I'm used to discomfort. I'm used to fucking those shitty situations. Like,
Even if you're seeking little pleasures, you're going to get into really uncomfortable situations that are going to hurt.
Exactly.
You know?
But unless you're rich, then if you're rich, you don't have to deal with
You're gonna
anything,
get
right?
wasted, get into a fight, pass out somewhere stupid. You know.
Yeah, but
you're gonna do
again-
something that's gonna hurt you.
Oh, if you're rich, you're saying?
Right,
Yeah,
no matter
but-
what.
Yeah, but it helps if you're rich. It's a lot more comfortable, like when you're rich.
Well, you can fix it if
Yeah.
you fuck up really bad.
You throw money
You
at
crash
it.
your motorcycle
Here's
and
$1 million.
every tooth in your fucking mouth breaks. Just buy new ones.
Or you're like, you
You
set
know?
someone's car on fire when you're
If
drunk.
you're
It's like,
poor and you break half your face and a mouth and all your teeth fall out because you hit a fucking curb, you can't just be like, hey, dentist, give me new ones. He's like, do you have $80,000? Because
or
that's
even
what
in
it costs.
Or even in a simpler case, like when you're 17 and you wake up at your friend's house like hungover as fuck and you have to get to work like immediately. If you're a
I
rich,
still do that at your place
I'm just saying, if you're a
sometimes.
rich kid, you could just be like, "Oh, time to call my driver
Oh,
over
yeah.
here," and like have him like,
yeah, I have to like, oh, I gotta get the bus. When's
exactly.
the bus coming.
It's like no,
Yeah,
I could just call my
Yeah.
driver here, and then he'll come pick me up and take me to my, like my fucking suite. It's fucking bullshit. This is what I'm talking about. So I was like, I was perfect. I was in a perfect position to just be like, you know what, I could do this. So I did it, and I'm still doing it. But yeah, when I'm not doing like crazy fucked up bullshit, I just like to relax and chill by smoking weed products. And we're happy to announce our first ever sponsor. Who are these guys again?
Well, as some of you, very rare of you may know, but I work at a place called BZB's. I think I've talked about it.
Sorry,
on
a
the
rare
show.
number of you may know. I just had to
Yeah.
correct you.
It's a rare number. What? What did I
No,
say?
no. I don't know. I forgot. What were you saying? Just keep going.
But this is a company that is based out of Brooklyn, I believe,
What are they called?
in Staten Island.
They're called Heartbeat Life. Oh, okay.
Heartbeat Life with a
right.
Y in life.
Do you like THC and CBD products? Well, we'd like to introduce you to Heartbeat Life, our proud sponsors. They make edibles, tropicals, and smokables. And right now, you can get 20% off by using the promo code Miami. All you have to do is just go to www.heartbeatlife.com, and that's Heartbeat Life, life spelled with a Y. So it's Heartbeat, LYFE.com. HEARTBEATLYFE.com. They ship nationwide if you order online. So yeah, these guys
And they give us a good amount of supplies today. See, I work at BCB's and we work with them.
Yeah.
And they come in. Dude comes in.
Wait, BCB's, what do you guys do? You guys produce?
We make,
You guys manufacture their shit.
yes. Oh, we make brownies. Edible. I make them.
Got the brownies?
I've made the gummies and brownies before.
Yeah.
It's very legit. I've made a couple of my own CBD tinctures.
All right.
Because I get paranoid if I get too high in the day. So sometimes I need something else so I can keep working and not be high, but still help.
Yeah.
And some of the CBD products, they have certain effects, but don't have the same like, whoa kind of feeling as marijuana would have on me.
Yeah.
Or any type of a THC product. But we also have a lot of THC products, and they're all really legit.
All right. So what do we got? We got carts.
Those are the carts, and this is the first time I'm going to try one.
Yo, these are
we,
legit
We sell them
carts.
in the store. They also sell them from Heartbeat Life. I've had a lot of customers buy them from our store and say that they're smoother, and
Let me see the site. Let me see.
they
Let me see
say
what
they like
got.
them more than regular THC carts. I don't use vaporizers that much. Sometimes I was also in Texas for a while where THC was illegal, so it was hard to get carts.
Yeah. All right. So you're automatically hit with all these deals. So they got drops. They sell the brownies. They got the gummies. They got the tropicals. I don't even know what the fuck tropicals are, but yo, let your boy know if they keep. Oh, he's doing a DJ set on his website. Oh my god, this
Yeah.
guy is adorable. Yeah, I should definitely fuck with him.
Yeah. I talked to him about you, and he's interested.
Yeah, I could teach him a thing or two.
And he wants to do events at like things like that.
I'm sure he fucking
Here are
does.
the gummies. You can have as many as you want.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
Oh,
they're-
sick. I love these.
They're 10 milligrams. We make them about 12 milligrams.
Yo, these gummies, like, I'm afraid of, like, I would like to use them a lot more, but I'm afraid if I use them too much, I'll get used to it.
There is a guy. Okay, listen. 10 like these are 15 milligram each brownies. even if you smoke a lot, this is kind of floors you. But we have one guy who comes in and buys 7 a day. He buys a couple, goes to
Is it the
college,
jiu-jitsu guy?
and he goes to his professor, gets a couple to his professor. I'm not going to mention any names, you know. And then he comes back like hours later, and he's like, he doesn't even know his own name. And he just like point how many fingers you want, like. And we're like, okay, 3. Okay, that'll be $30. And we just ring them up, but
He's just eating these.
it's not just that much THC. It's like you also consume 7 brownies a day. He's not even like he works at jiu-jitsu place, but he looks fit too. I'm like, how do you that fit? And you're eating.
Well, honestly, I'm holding these brownies. They seem pretty light. Like,
yeah, they're not hefty. They're not too hefty. But
these
you don't
aren't
want to have
dense
to
at
eat
all.
too much to get the THC. You know.
Yeah.
They taste good. I like the taste of hemp.
All right. So here we have these carts. One of these carts. These are CBD or THC?
THC. All these products I have right now are THC.
Sick.
This is a Delta 9, 980 milligram, 98% Pineapple Express. Even though, whenever I see Pineapple Express, I'm like, you just named a weed after that because of the movie.
Yo, if you talk to him again, give him my number. Tell him I'm definitely down to.
It says, hold 3-second draw. Cartridge contains 300 draws.
That's 300 hits, baby.
300 hits.
That's about an eighth's
Well,
worth.
if you take a small little hit. So, did you take one?
Yeah.
Let's see, 3 seconds? Oh, it's on party mode, I guess.
Party mode.
Yeah, when it blinks like that. I just got a cheap cookies pen battery.
Yeah, no, this stuff. I tasted it. It tasted pretty legit. I don't know. Sometimes you could be sketchy. I could be sketchy.
That was like
about
5 seconds.
Sometimes I could be sketched out about carts because you could easily load it up with some bullshit.
It's I could feel the pressure, but it's like smoother than like other wax cards I've had. It still sucks a little bit of the air out of you, which it should, you know, it's THC.
Oh.
The 3 seconds are for novices.
We out here testing these.
Try like 7 or 8.
Fuck. Oh man. Oh. 98% THC. Is that what this card says?
That's what it says, yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It tastes good. It's a hybrid, I believe.
No, I'm feeling it. It's pretty dope.
Most are hybrids. I'm a lightweight, so
I'm most excited about these gummies. I like the gummies the best because you know, when you're out of weed and like, or it's like, you know what I really use this for is if I spent a lot of money, like whatever, over a week, they're just buying a bunch of shit, and like the weekend comes around and it's like, oh, how do I just not go out? Like I just like eat like a gummy or two and then I'll pass out and wake up the next morning. I'll be like, that was a great way to just kill.
they
my
work.
evening.
They work really well.
Yeah, it'll put you out. Literally, I'll just like sit down. It's like as soon as 10 p.m. hits, I'll turn on like some stupid Netflix show and eat a couple fucking gummies and just pass the fuck out and not spend anything. Because I know if I didn't do that, then I'll feel compelled to like hit someone up and go out drinking or some shit and spend like $100 or $200 in the night. Okay. That's not good when you're buying all this stupid fucking music equipment and podcasting shit like extra mics. You all right?
Yeah, well, I just don't vape a lot. But I vape, but like not weed. So it just like sucks the air out of me.
Do you get paranoid when you get stoned?
I do sometimes, and that's why I like to I have a tincture from my store
No.
that is.
Are you getting paranoid now?
I'm not paranoid.
Are you getting nervous? You want to wear those sunglasses? Maybe it'll help you.
No, I like to be translucent.
I don't know what that means.
You can see all my emotions.
That's transparent. I know what translucent means, but I didn't know what you meant by saying I want to be translucent. But I think what you meant is I want to be transparent.
Nothing translucent makes sense.
Is that what translucent means? I don't think so. Whatever. I'm not gonna fucking
Let's look it up. Let's see if I was using the wrong word this whole time.
That's
No,
fucking
no.
yo. That's a strong cart.
Yeah, it
That
is.
shit got me fucking wrecked in a
Yeah.
single big hit. It's pretty good.
I
What
think
else you
those
got?
are about 40 each. Other than that, we have the brownie.
Are
We bake them in store.
Are you really about to
We
test
use
the brownie right now?
natural honey. We have beehives everywhere in Staten Island, and so
Anyway, shout
I've
out.
actually got stung a couple times working in the summer.
All right, shout out to Heartbeat Life. You all, this product is actually not bad. I dig it. I'm a fan. And yeah, I'm totally down to rep this brand because it's getting me fucking stoned as balls.
Heartbeat Life LLC, Staten Island, New York. I think we're one of the only places who distributes like edibles and shit like that and honey. The one thing we have is like some other smoke shops around in like places in New York that don't have the edibles. Sorry,
Yeah.
but nobody has natural, organic, local honey. Also with CBD and THC. So BZBs has that.
Yeah, it sounds to me like BZBs was like the small business that made honey. And then once weed started becoming legalized, they were like, hey, we're going to get into this.
I think when they started, I'm not sure. I believe when they started, the CBD thing was already happening in New York. I think that last mayor trying to keep his position, like kind of like on a whim, just went, "Oh, I'm gonna legalize weed. Maybe that'll get me enough voters."
Oh, come on, dude. Weed was always going to be legal. There was no stopping it, regardless of...
I've been in jail and shit for days for weed multiple times.
Yeah, but, I mean...
You know, I've been shipped to
Look.
court in Manhattan, had to walk home with no fucking shoelaces, like a bunch of
If
times.
you looked at the writing on the walls, it was clear that all the blue states would legalize weed and all the red states. And no blue state would want to be caught doing red state shit. That's just how it is. New York, if they saw California legalizing weed, they're going to fucking legalize weed. Because it's just like that. Like, liberals will do, Democrats will do, and liberals will do what they
just
do.
to one-up them.
No,
We're
not
more
to
progressive than
no,
you.
No. It's not like that. It's literally to keep the uniform. It's like we want to be progressive. We want to spite the conservatives. I mean, I'm sure also weed is just not a bad drug. There was literally no way to justify putting people like you know, or like innocent black people in jail.
When you get arrested for weed, it feels so fucking weird. Cause like they put you in a cage. They put handcuffs on you, and then put you in a cage like an animal. And you're like, I wasn't gonna hit anyone.
Yeah, but
So it feels weird to be in a cage. Like if I acted crazy and I was drunk, and I swung on someone, and they threw me in a cage for a day or two, I'd be like, this makes sense. Like I acted out. They don't know when the next time I'm going to fucking lash out. But if I was smoking a joint, listening to fucking Bob Marley, and then they put me in a cage, I'll be like, dude, really? Like, am I really a fucking threat? You know, it always seemed weird to me being in a jail. I'm like, because I always felt so docile and innocent in the jail. I'm like, dude, I didn't actually do anything morally wrong.
well, the historical context.
And these people are kind of doing, so these are the people who are supposed to be the righteous ones, but they are actually doing something kind of morally wrong to me, who was just walking home inhaling a piece of a plant. That shouldn't be anyone's issue. You know, like that's like the war on drugs is crazy. To think that like if somebody is doing this, I'm going to hurt them. And like you can say like, okay, you can hurt them, you can kill them, you can fucking suffocate them.
You could
like,
say
like
that
what they do to a lot of minorities. But
well, first of all, all right,
throwing somebody in a
there's
cell
listen. There's
is
a couple
hurting their life.
There's a couple of different things here, right? Weed gets lumped in with the drugs because weed is indeed a gateway drug. Now that aside, all right, that aside, listen. That's not my main point. That aside, what we can also in fact deduce is that the war of drugs didn't just happen for no reason. The war on drugs really happened because of cocaine. Weed is not like cocaine. Cocaine. No, listen. Just let me finish.
That's not the origins of the war on drugs, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Cocaine was fucking like the hottest product in the United States. It was killing the most people, and it was causing the crack epidemic. It was all cocaine.
The government probably caused the crack epidemic.
No shit, but like that's literally from like that was all rooted in the cocaine trade within South America, which is also the United States government did
Yeah,
facilitate.
but they didn't get to that shit until after it was like the black community. They were like white people smoking freebase because it sounds fancier.
No, cocaine was killing the gringos. That's why it was such a big
Yeah,
deal.
but before that, they had the marijuana in like the 20s and shit with Harry
No.
Anslinger.
Everyone knew marijuana was a soft drug. Marijuana was coming. Listen,
Yeah, the Harry Anslinger. No.
Listen, I'm
Reefer
telling you-
Madness was a real film.
Wait, what?
You ever seen Reefer Madness?
Okay, what about Reefer Madness?
It's like a fucking like
no
infomercial propaganda film.
dude. I'm talking about the
They
actual.
made people
No,
try
dude,
to
listen,
believe
shut
this.
up. I'm actually talking about the real origins of the weed trade in America from the Guadalajara cartel via Mexico. They were the hottest dudes. They were the biggest importers of weed, and they were a foreign Mexican entity, and they were a criminal organization. But guess what? It was weed. Nobody really gave a shit. Yeah, it was a gateway drug, and yeah, whatever. It was also like, basically, if you were selling weed, you were probably also selling other shit especially as a cartel. But the people in charge of it, they just grew the weed because they had like they just had the method down. They had the area down. They had like the right community to do so. But the guy who actually unified all the marijuana traffickers from Mexico, he made the executive decision after unifying through force, I might add. People were killing each other over the marijuana trade within the Mexican border. So after he unified through force, and they had a much more robust system of marijuana trade. But the problem was, as that was going on, the Colombian dealers were also importing coke. That was a huge problem. The Americans smoked reefer. That was whatever. They didn't give a shit. But at the same time, listen. At the same time that the Americans were smoking reefer, they were using the same trafficking routes, the same trafficking methods to also ship in cocaine. Now, the cocaine is what was really fucking killing people. The cocaine is what was causing disasters economically, culturally, socially, because the cocaine not only was for the rich people and destroying rich people's lives, but the poor people figured out how to cook it to turn it into crack, and it was also now killing all the poor people and not just the rich people. That is why they clamped down and started the whole war on drugs. The whole campaign by fucking launching federal agents into fucking South America to fight that.
You're
and
talking about the 80s.
I'm talking about the actual historical context of how it came to be. I mean, yes, fine. The war on drugs with like fucking like Reagan and shit. Okay, I get that. But like I'm saying the actual mobilization and the actual like tactics of used with like fucking espionage and like assassinations.
Okay,
and, like,
yes, they got
government
more
shit.
technologically advanced with their fucking things, but they were fighting against shit since the fucking
I'm
18,
just saying,
1900s.
it's Brendan, you didn't just go to jail for weed because of some puritanical standard of, I just want to bully kids who smoke weed. No, it's not that
The
simple.
first
I'm just saying
fucking
it's not
drug
that
that
fucking
got
simple.
illegal, the first drug ever that was illegal in America was opium. It's because Chinese immigrants would smoke it, and they sent out propaganda saying that Chinese men would use this to seduce white women.
No, dude, in Vietnam, soldiers literally went overseas and got hooked on the shit, and they came back.
Yeah,
and that's the
in
worst
Vietnam.
Yeah.
In America, the first drug to ever become illegal was opium because of the Chinese immigrants. And then marijuana because of fucking black jazz musicians and shit. And Harry Anslinger, because they knew that there was history behind this and they can use it for fucking paper and shit like that. And it was fighting for lumber companies, said, oh, black men use reefer and marijuana to seduce white women. That was always the fucking... They scared the public by saying they were going to fucking rape a woman by using substances to make it illegal for their own benefit.
But you're acting like you're just picking and choosing substances. You're acting like every substance there wasn't a concerted effort to outlaw it or straight up ban it because they knew it made people fucking dumb. Alcohol. You think the prohibition never fucking happened? Come on, man. It's every drug. You think it's just weed? You think it's just opium? No, it's every drug. They literally tried because they knew it made people fucking dumb and do dumb shit. It's true. It's every drug, dude. You're just a fucking drug addict. You can't like separate. Yes, you could break it down historically and why they were coming down at certain points really hard on this one particular drug. But at the end of the day, they really did try to ban all of them. It's not just one fucking drug, man.
Yeah, but to bunch marijuana.
You know what, people? Could you imagine being in jail, not for weed, not for coke, but for a beer? You got caught drinking a fucking beer in a speakeasy. All you were doing was just having a drink with your boys, and imagine sitting in fucking jail for that. It's the same shit.
It'd feel fucking stupid.
Exactly, it's the same shit.
It would feel really
it's not,
pointless.
I'm just saying, it's
like
not.
You're not
it's not
saving anyone.
I'm just saying, it's not just the fucking weed, okay? It's not just the weed that was stupid. They did it with all the fucking substances historically. All of them. What really mattered
Why
was
did alcohol win?
What do you mean?
Like, why did, like, out of everything,
Guess.
you know,
It's
weed is getting there.
It's such a simple answer. What is driving all of this, Bren? What is it?
It was the first,
No. What is
other than psilocybin mushrooms
what is
we ate
the
when
what
we were
is
like
the
cavemen?
factor? What is the factor that really fuels the drug trade of anything? What is it? You know the answer. You can't be that dense. Like, it's fucking money, bro. Money. It's because of money. They
It's
made
easier to tax alcohol.
it too many. If
We could make it.
Do you not know how supply and demand works? The demand was too high to cut off supply. Basically, if I'm the government, I could either just not sell something and completely leave it outlawed due to my own idealistic beliefs, or knowing that they're going to do it anyway.
No. That's not true because
They did no. They were doing it anyway. They were doing it anyway.
No,
Just as we were smoking weed anyway, even if it was illegal, they couldn't stop it. That's why they had to legalize it, because then they could make money off of it.
Okay, alcohol that's what started the mafia. They started selling,
And
they
the
made a
Kennedys.
shit ton of money.
How do you think the Kennedy family got their
but
fucking
then
fortune?
they legalized it. But for way longer, I feel, for way longer, weed was illegal, and underground and cartels and things were making way more money off of it than the government could make, and they never legalized it. Why is that?
I'm pretty sure the prohibition happened before weed was really illegal, because people didn't even know what the fuck weed was.
Yes, but prohibition stopped really early. And weed was illegal for way
And
longer.
I just told
and
you.
it was way more profitable.
I just told you because
So it's
listen,
not about profit.
No, because I told you because it was very political with what was going on with the whole fucking cartel shit. That was a huge factor of it all. That's when they mobilized federal agents and created this whole like insane South American situation where it was literally these drug traffickers. Yeah, they sold weed, but guess what? These dudes who were selling weed were manipulating whole national elections. Like, that was a big deal. It wasn't just about the weed. It was about the money. It was about the politics. It was about the national security. It was a bunch of shit. So I'm sorry, Brendan. It's not just about the drug and the bias. No. It's not just because they were just lame. No. It was because it was a huge political like element behind all of it. It was bureaucracy. A lot of it.
It's all fucking bureaucracy.
Exactly.
There's a rhyme or reason to fucking everything.
But but really, there's a very cynical answer to all.
There's a reason why you would decriminalize alcohol after like a couple of years.
And I just said it's money.
And then criminalize marijuana for like 40, 50 fucking
and
years.
then decriminalize it. And what's the reason for decriminalizing? Because you can fucking tax it and make money off of it, right?
Yeah, why did that take so long?
What do you mean? It didn't take
took
that long at
alcohol,
all.
like how many years? 2, 3, 4? How many years of real alcohol prohibition?
So what? You're talking about like relativity here, because we just talked about how historical context and what
So that
was
means
happening.
if cocaine became more profitable for the country, it would be decriminalized pretty soon.
Well, let me put it this way: alcohol is a lot harder to stop than cocaine, because with alcohol you don't need as much of a certain specific criteria of
Yeah,
environment.
you can just fucking turn anything to fermentation.
Exactly. With cocaine, there's a bit of a process, and not as much, like not too much of a
I want a
process.
beer. I'm
but-
gonna grab a beer.
Yeah, get me one.